What's up, guys? Yep. In this video, I'll be explaining what kind of disability I have, right? So once I explain what kind of disability I have, I will define and tell you what is this disability, right? So the disability that it's been affecting me the entire life and it's preventing me to be successful in life. I think it's called autism, right? Yeah, so that's my main part of my disability is autism. And in this video, I'll be explaining about autism, right? So before we get into explaining, I think this video will be uploaded tomorrow. I think, although I'm recording it very late at night, so I'm gonna have to talk a little fast and I have to go bed right after this. So maybe this video will probably come up in the morning or something like that. But speaking of autism, this is why I don't communicate well. This is probably the main reason. So what is autism? I mean, this type of disability, but what? I mean, how does this disability affect a human? Okay, so here's the main definition of autism. So it's a medical condition present from early childhood characterized by difficulty in communicating and forming relationship with other people and in using language and abstract concept. Yeah, so when you have autism, I mean the negative effect is that you're gonna have impaired communication and social interaction. So this is my main issue, obviously, because of this disability, right? Okay, so here are the 5 main symptoms that people may experience about autism, right? Behavioral, right? The autistic child has like behavior problem, they have like learning disability, they have like cognitives, in intense interest in a limited number of things or problem paying attention, they don't pay attention very well, and psychological, they cannot read people's emotion or feeling, and they do also have like anxiety, changes in voice, sensitivity to sound, or yeah, so autism is not like regular people, right? I mean, they're just a little like not normal in a way, but I don't know how to kind of explain it. There's currently no treatment for autism except go to some therapies or get some medication or some specialist if you want to overcome autism. Yeah, so what age what got impacted the most in autism? Well, I say usually from maybe 3 to 60. Autism pretty much affect like any age too. I don't think age really matters in this case, but the gender that's been affected autism the most is the male, because you know I'm a male, right? There are more autistic male compared to females. But however, man, an autistic female is probably worse or probably need more help compared to a male in my opinion. Because I seen that female with autism, they tend to need more help than compared to the male one. Yeah, so autism happen more common than male. That's what I'm saying, man. So anyway, what is autism? So there, for every 1 in 68 children in the United States has autism. And that includes like 1 in 42 in boys and 1 in 189 in girls. So yeah. But what does this mean, man? So that means like around 1/3 of a people with autism remain nonverbal. Ah, I do not know what that means. Nonverbal. Nonverbal. Oh, mean improving your nonverbal communication. Yeah, I mean they do have like communication problems technically. And around like 1/3 people with autism had an intellectual disability. Yeah, and certain autistic child with like certain problem, they could have like ADHD and anxiety and phobias. I think this is, and they could have like seizures, and they could have like other disorder or attention, having hard time paying attention and sleep. So the problem, because I have autism, I think I have like sleeping problems sometimes and ADHD. Yeah, so after when I explain about autism, maybe I should explain about a little about ADHD too, which I had. I think that's what goes with autism, I think. I'm not sure. Understanding autism basic. Autism is completely like neural behavior condition that include impairment in social interaction and development, language, communication, skill combined with rigid, repetitive behavior. I think that's why I've been doing a lot in the past, like repetitive behavior, right? Which is part of autism too, of my autism. Children with autism have like trouble communicating, they have trouble understanding what other people think and feel. Yeah, that happened to me pretty often. Nothing new. So yeah, they have like such as rocking, pacing, hand flapping. People with autism are cognitively impaired to a degree. Yeah, so autistic child, so of course they have learning disability and problem memorizing. Yeah, that's why they tend to like struggle in school sometimes with an autistic child. Yeah, they do struggle too, mainly because they have hard time remembering the concept whenever they learn. So this is why I've been taking a lots of online class in Aloni, because I cannot memorize the things I learned in class. So this is why I take online, so that way just in case I take a test and I can look over, just in case I forget, I can look over back to my note, right? Yeah, with autism, you're gonna have a hard time remembering what you learn. Yeah, it's been happening to me a lot lately. Well, that's just how it is, man. So anyway, I think ADHD and autism are pretty similar, but that I'm not sure how. What is autism? Okay, maybe I put autism symptoms. So the symptom of autism is like inappropriate social interaction, like poor eye contact and compulsive behavior, impulsivity, repetitive movement, self-harm, or persistent repetition of words or action. Yeah, so learning disability or speech delay in a child, which I kind of like mentioned before. I mean, all sorts of like disability problems. Social interaction. So how come autistic child don't do well in social interaction? Maybe significant like develop nonverbal communication skills such as eye to eyes, glazing, facial expression, and body posture. Yeah, sometimes autistic child cannot read people's feeling, which is kind of a problem, because they don't know what's what other people are saying to them by not talking, by using their body language. That's what I'm saying, man. Failure to establish friendship with children the same age, lack of interest, sharing enjoyment or interest or achievement with other people. I mean, like I said, man, autism may have difficulty in seeing like another person's feeling. Yeah, so let me read other problem. I mean, in younger children, they probably, I don't know, what is this saying, man? I'm just looking at the article right now, because there's a lot to explain about autism symptom. Yeah, pretty much say everything what I already said, so don't want to repeat. Oh yeah, so there's one more thing you can, another symptom of autism, right? Like, if, let's say that you're trying to stack, like, pack of toys car. Let's say you stack another car after car after car, and yeah, if you stack car in like in a long line, and obviously that is autism. That's why I heard of another way of telling if a child has autism. Social interaction. Yep. Parents of behavior. I mean, okay, so there are 3 different type of autism spectrum disorder. So I explain you all 3. So the minor one is Asperger's syndrome, and the medium one is, I forgot which one is medium or severe, but I assume the medium one is persuasive development disorder, and the severest one is autistic disorder. So I don't know what kind of autism I don't know what kind of autism spectrum disorder I have, but I assume maybe Asperger's syndrome. I mean, if you don't know what's an Asperger's syndrome and persuasive development disorder and autistic disorder, you can just go look it up and read. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to explain that. I mean, that's what I've been searching, man. So yeah, so there are 3 different levels of autism. I mean, according to the internet. That's why I remember when I was searching for it. What is the most severe autism? Persuasive development disorder. So I was kind of wrong. So Asperger's syndrome is the least. It's like the least severe, then autistic disorder is like kind of in the middle, and persuasive development disorder is, that's really bad. Really bad autism. So I forgot to mention a little history about autism. So it was first discovered in 1943 by like American like child psychiatrist Lee O'Connor, MD, published a paper describing 11 children who were highly intelligent but displayed a powerful desire for loneliness and an obsessive sense of persistent sameness. So yeah, so autism was discovered in 1943. So I think autism has been around for like a century or gotta be longer. But people didn't discover it until like about, yeah, roughly about 80 years ago. Roughly. Like around there. So also, I might as well explain what's an ADHD, man. Which I have. So an ADHD, which is part of autism, is called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Yeah, so it's part of autism, I think. So it's pretty much similar like autism, but except like when it gets to behavior, this person tends to be really aggressive and lack of restraint and repeating words and tend to get hyper pretty frequently, necessary or not. I mean, let's see the ADHD symptom, right? So let's say right now I'm looking like, yeah. So when you deal with a person with ADHD, so the symptom of 10 symptom of ADHD. So I'll show you one. So difficult focusing, right? I mean, a person with ADHD, they get distracted very easily. That's what I'm saying, man. And they have anxiety, mean they always get worried about their life and something like that. And they forgetful, meaning the minute they learn, they can forget like very fast, and their mood changes all the time, and they fidget, mean they can't stand still. Or when they like talk too much, like lack of restraint, don't know what that is. I mean, they have hard time like controlling themselves. Technically, that's what it is. And short attention span, for an ADHD, people. I mean, they do pay attention, but just for a short time, and they get distracted like a few minutes later. So irritability, they do get. They do tend to react to like unnecessary thing, or they have like very sensitive in reacting, and they have anger issue. And yeah, I think that's the top 10 symptoms of ADHDs. Okay, so I think what's the problem with ADHD? I think I searched it before. What treatment? Yeah, you have to talk to a therapist. That's the only way to treat ADHD. Symptom of inattention. So when you have an ADHD, they often make very careless mistake. Like for me, you know what kind of careless mistake I make? Always make simple grammar mistake, like missing s and forgot to put the article and have subject verb agreement. Yeah, I do tend to make a lot of like careless mistake or fail to do an easy task. That's the people with an ADHD. Often have difficult paying attention or while playing. Like for example, like difficult remain focused during class, conversation, or lengthy reading. So for an ADHD, let's say that you give instruction, right? When you spoke, then they tend not to listen directly, and often have hard time following instructions, schools, or chores. Have difficulty like organizing tasks. That's just me, man. This is why I have to get my parent to help me whenever it comes to studying, because I have trouble organizing my tasks. This is why I procrastinate a lot too, and often avoid dislike, is reluctant to participate in tasks requiring sustained mental effort like schoolwork or homework. Often lose things, man. So for ADHD, they do this like more often compared to like regular normal student. And they get distracted easily, and they do forget pretty fast. So yeah, so in summary, for an autistic child, they do have like hard time organizing and stuff like that. So symptom of hyperactive and impulsively. So in ADHD, children with ADHD, they often like move around a lot, and they cannot sit still, or they cannot be quiet. They do tend to blur out lots of when it's unnecessary. Making a summary here. And they also do like run around or goofing around when it's where is inappropriate or feel relentless. So that's what I do sometime back when I was like back in like high school or middle school. Sometimes I do run around when it's unnecessary. Yeah, that is part of my ADHD too. Do run around for like sometimes no reason. It's not good. Inattention. And also they tend to like delay in. So I'm definitely adult, so I'm gonna read what's adults with ADHD. So adults with ADHD, they may forget to keep appointment, pay bills, or return calls, and avoid competing forms of work, reviewing papers. So they tend to have a lot of delay when it comes to work, when it comes to paying bills, and etc. Man. Or when it comes to doing tasks or chores, they or sometimes they can like interrupt conversation, and also they like to so they don't take turns in conversation. That's a problem with ADHD too. So that is a lot of problem. So symptoms and signs of adults. So lack of focus, like hyper focus, disorganized, time management problem, forgetfulness, emotional problem, poor self-image, lack of motivation. They feel tired pretty often, health problem, relation issues, and they have a lot of problem, man. I think I had explained enough about ADHD, right? So let's talk about my disability. So in my disability, I think it's been affecting me like everyday life when it comes to studying, right? When it comes to studying, I usually spend a lot more time studying compared to any other student. It's mainly because of my disability, right? Called autism or ADHD, right? So do you know how long it takes me to finish my homework and do other tasks? It usually takes me 2 to 4 times as much compared to any other regular student. I tend to like get my assignment done, but it takes a lot longer compared to regular student. It's because I'm struggling. The disabilities prevent me to get my assignment done faster, right? This is why I've been uploading a lot of late videos lately. I mean, if I didn't have autism or an ADHD, then I probably would upload more videos and probably get more subscriber, right? Let's say for example, like a regular student, like get assignment done in 1 hour, right? But since I have an ADHD, since I have autism, it will take me 2 to 3 times as long just to get this one assignment done. And sometimes it could take nearly the whole day. Sometime on a really bad day. In autism or person with ADHD, they tend to have very inconsistencies too. So sometimes on a really bad day when they do assignments, sometimes it takes them forever just to get one assignment done. If other regular students can get this task done in 1 hour, that's what I'm comparing, man. They just waste 1 hour, while on the other hand, the person with disability can waste like a whole day and still not get it done. So that's a problem with people with disability. That's the problem. And this is why there's a DSPS where I can go and take a test and have more time in 1.5. So let's say that this is a 2-hour test, but since I have disability and if I sign the form and all that stuff, just to sign the accommodation for me to take the test there, I can have up to 3 hours. If my class time is 2 hours, that's for example, right? So So at the end of my video, if you watch this whole thing, I will give a little bit opinion about autism, right? I mean, life is gonna be much harder with disability, right? And sometimes when you talk, people may have a hard time understanding you. I mean, dealing with autistic child is not gonna be as easy as dealing with a person without autism. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be much harder because you're gonna have to help them more out. I mean, if you want them to succeed in school or something, you just have to sacrifice more of your time just to help them with schools and other stuff. That's what my parents do to me lately. Like, has to help me with a lot of school. Mainly because I work too slow, and I don't work very efficiently. Yeah, and also they have like very weird reaction whenever they get mad or angry. I think I went to elementary school and I was in a class with a bunch of like people with disability, right? I mean, people with disability sometimes they do make weird reaction, like not the normal way that people do, right? Let's say for example, like when people get angry, they yell and they talk bad. But for people with disability, if they get mad, some might cry or some might even laugh. I mean, they do. I mean, autistic child do have behavior problem, but it's way more like unique and weird, a lot more weird compared to regular people. That's what I'm saying. You don't laugh when you're mad, right? I mean, some people do because maybe because of they either have ADHD or autism, man. Or when you're upset, you don't cry. I mean, that's what happened to one of my friends back in elementary, but I probably won't mention his name because it's kind of embarrassing, man. Like seeing an 8 years old like autistic child cry whenever he's upset or whenever he does a tantrum. Yeah, pretty much it. So I think that's it for autistic video. I mean, people with severe autism, sometimes they need somebody just to like watch them around or guard them around. I mean, that's people with severe disability, or they have to go to a special school or something like that. I mean, autistic child do have like range of level, right? Some could be worse, some could be better. Like some couldn't even move at all, some can't even talk at all. That's for severe disability. But for me, it's just minor, man. I'm just slow in schoolwork. That's pretty much it. And I forgot to mention also, people with disability, they tend to develop a lot of bad habit too. That could ruin their life permanently. So that's gonna be a long explanation about autism, but I mean the reason why to make this video long because I'm not good at explaining because due to my disability. That explains a lot why I make a long video because I've explained more just to make you guys understand what I'm saying. And also I just want to warn you about autism. If you met an autistic child, you just have to be very careful with them. Just don't make them mad or anything. Yes, because they can be very unpredictable because they have different feelings compared to other people. Or sometimes autistic child like person can have like mixture of feelings. Some of them are very different. So that's just a warning. Yeah, and dealing them is kind of difficult, but some people can handle it, some may not handle it. I I mean, there's other people that met me before and they cannot handle me mainly because of my disability. But now I get better and now I feel more confidence. Yeah, so peace out. And leave a like if you want to. It's up to you guys.